Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have the LEGO Star Wars May the 4th gift with purchase set number 40591, the mini Death Star 2 from Return of the Jedi to share with you guys in this video. So basically, instead of making a normal review, I'll be modifying it and sharing with you guys some little modifications that I've done to fix it and make it even better. So as a walkthrough of the current flaws that this model has to offer, if one could say, the sign here rotates 360 degrees. I don't know if it's just me, but I do find this quite annoying and tedious to deal with. I would much rather have control over rotating the model itself. The Technic-Rod from the inside kind of like limits its rotation ability and does not really give it much freeway in that regard. And it kind of like allows for the sign to go crazy there at the very bottom, which I'm not super keen on. Another thing, apart from the rotation issue and kind of like reversing the rotation from the sign to the model itself, is the green stem piece, which is a very annoying little thing that they've decided to include. Like, I would much rather have a laser beam that is like the same shade of translucent green rather than having 3 shades of green on the same beam, which is kind of weird because here we have like this lime green stud, and then we have the dark green plant piece, which is weird, and of course the translucent green, which is supposed to be the primary color of the laser beam. Another thing that I did not like so much is this little handle just sticking out. I mean, it's okay, but you know, I guess one could look past that if they weren't me, because it's kind of annoying to me, so I think I'm just going to remove it later on. And the very last thing that I'll be fixing is, of course, including a minifigure in this set, because that's what it's missing. An all-exclusive minifigure. I really wish that LEGO would bring back all-exclusive minifigures in gift with purchases, or at least just give us an all-exclusive minifigure rather than an array of parts that make models, because obviously we can build our own mini Death Stars at home, but we can't exactly build ourselves a custom Star Wars minifigure that no one has ever seen before, if you know what I mean. Without further ado, let's get to modifying this thing and see what we can do. So I'm basically going to be modifying the model off camera, and I'll be back very soon with all my mods and a little tutorial on how to do each of them. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So right here we have a look at the modified version of the Death Star. Now the very first thing I did here is I replaced this very annoying green stem piece with a translucent green, or I guess yellowish green dish piece, which I'll give you guys a close-up of. So I pretty much just removed this plant stem piece and replaced it with this translucent dish, and honestly I think it did the trick there. Now if you put it back, you can just put this here, and there you go, guys. We now have a deadly laser beam coming out of the Death Star and not some kind of a plant thing. I like it a lot more like this. I know it's kind of lacking the 3 pointers meeting at the center, which is what this basically achieved with these 3 sides of the stem. But honestly, I would much rather see a continuous effect with the translucent greens together than have it being cut off with this really ugly green plant piece. If you rotate it like so, I pretty much left the entire back section the same, but I ended up pretty much removing this little handle because it seemed so out of place. I think it was like right here. It's just weird having it hanging, so I just pretty much removed it. And at the very back, we just have more pieces that all come together. And next, the sign actually stays put. It's not rotating 360 degrees, and it's nice and sturdy. And I've also decided to include a Darth Vader minifigure because it makes sense for Return of the Jedi, and because technically he's backing a Death Star. I was going to include the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker minifig, but then I realized that I lost it, so I was like, never mind. Anyway, I've basically used the older Darth Vader helmet, which is so nostalgic to me, and I popped it on his brand new face there to get this little exclusive quote-unquote Darth Vader with some arm printing, which I know you guys love. And yes, of course, we have the little Return of the Jedi plaque here. And the Death Star, of course, can rotate in a 360-degree fashion without having to worry about it falling off or tipping over. So I pretty much just removed this entire rod piece because I thought it was too long and it was kind of difficult to include the other pieces there, because some of the pieces I had did not actually have the Technic insert feature, if you guys know what I mean. So basically, I just removed this piece. I put this piece here instead. Made sure it fit there. I grabbed this lower dish piece. I moved these guys like so. And then I popped this in, knowing full well that this can fit in because technically they have the same insertion thing, but it's not like the triangular shape. And then I grabbed this guy and I put it like so, nice and snug. I made sure to press just a little bit so it can be poking like that, so we can actually fit it on these guys. The main reason why I removed this guy and replaced it with this is because if I had this piece here, I would not be able to take this and plug it in like so. And then now that we have it connected like so, I kind of like swapped out the circular piece there. And at the bottom, I built a little stand which consists of a black dish piece, a black round piece, and this little lipstick piece, which I guess is like a tiny miniature rod. I just like calling it a lipstick piece. And then I took the rest of the Death Star, put it in like so. And there we go. We now have the Death Star fully built and sturdy. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this little Death Star mod, and if you plan on making these modifications to your copy of the May the 4th promotion for 2023. And on that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.